and welcome to a new ATFX video. My name is Gonzalo Canete and I'm here one more time to share with you, in this occasion, the last update about Uber and the coming results. We're going to analyze the numbers, we're going to analyze the strategy of the company, the main challenge they have for the future, and also we are going to analyze at the end the technical analysis chart to see what is the projection of the price and what we could expect in terms of technical analysis for this company. But first of all, before we start, please click on the subscription button, click also on the bell to receive notifications anytime we update new market news. Now going to the presentation. First of all, the company, founded in 2009 in San Francisco, is the biggest company in terms of retail transport. 900 cities, more than 900 cities, 69 countries operative, 171 million of users monthly, growing by 14% year to year since 2024. What we do, well, mobility, delivery, because they also include Uber Eats for delivery of foods and groceries, and freight, which is Uber Freight connects shippers with trucks, drivers for logistics solutions. And at the end, also, one of the new projects I'm going to include in this classification is the delivery of retail alcohol, retail drinks, door to door. Recent milestones: achieved first full year profit in 2023. Q4 2024 revenue was $11.96 billion with a growth rate of 20% year over year, which is massive growth rate too. Now, in terms of one quarter to another, we can see that there is not that much difference, which is something very common in the last few companies we share with you. We analyzed the last few days. The earning results from the companies in the Q1 on 2025, it seems to be really similar one to another, which is basically they got a stable or even lower gross revenue, and also the net revenue is practically flat from one period to another, from Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. I believe one of the reasons is because mainly the expectation of the companies are having on a potential recession due to the trade war is also causing certain precautions in the company at the time of estimated results. Now, Q1 2024 revenue is estimated to 11.59 billions. The EPS is 51 cents per share. And the estimation, the projection for the year is 50.4 billions with a growth rate of 14.6% year over year. And also a EPS of $2.41 or $2.51 in that range, more or less. Investor sentiment is given a target price of $91.50 per share, and we will see that in detail now on the charts. The main projects the company has for the future right now is the autonomous vehicles. I was just mentioned here, the most interesting part, in my opinion, is the expanding robo-taxi services to 15 cities across Europe and Middle East is one of the main competitors of this project. Autonomous vehicles or self-driving vehicles by Uber will crash or will be in conflict with the robo-taxi project by Tesla. So for sure, it's going to be a competition between these massive companies, and Tesla is a monster in that terms. So that's why I believe the project is a main threat for Uber, because if at some point robo-taxi is successful, it's going to take a lot of Uber customers. Sustainability commitments, this is a good point, because so far the company Uber has been compromised with and really a strong supporter of the green energy and the green policies. And therefore, most of the time, the Uber vehicles are electrical vehicles or semi-electrical vehicles. So that's why, for example, for many cities in Europe and in United States, that we got what we call 15 minutes city, which is areas of the city that you cannot drive with a standard car. And if you do so, you need to pay a congestion charge. In this case, Uber is using electrical vehicles and then avoiding and collaborating with the green energy agendas for the local governments. Service diversification, because as I mentioned, we got also Uber Eats for grocery delivery and for food delivery. We also got Uber Freight for infrastructure and logistics, and we also got alcohol delivery via Drizzly, which is again a retail delivery service for alcohol. We also have the challenge, which is the regulatory size, the legal size, because it's not super clear still in some countries what is the condition of workers or those people who are working under Uber as a company. So they have been considering like freelancers in some countries, some others maybe by legislation they need to be considered something else as a workers of the company, and so on. We got a few points, which is zero emission, cross-selling with companies, mobility, delivery. We also got a strong balance sheet with 7 billions of cash reserves, and a strong also buybacks by the company, consistent free cash flow. So everything pointing in the good direction in that sense. Low leverage, so it's not risk from a fundamental perspective. And now in summary, if we put everything on a table, we can see, let me remove myself so you will see clearly everything, but we can see competition mainly. Well, we got Grab and other apps for delivery, but also Tesla, I believe, is the main competitor. Driving classifications in terms of regulatory and labor, how they're going to classify the drivers. Economic downturn in case of the recession, which I believe is affecting, at least by the moment, to the expectations. Technology and cybersecurity, data breach and AV safety. Self-driving systems are safe or not. We will see that on the statistics for the coming years. Regulatory safety, incidents involve drivers, because we have seen certain cases, especially in big cities, when any other issue could involve the company on the news, and therefore could put in risk the prestige, the reputation of the company if it's involved with a driver or whatever is the reason. Now, going to the charts, you can see that in long-term chart is super clear that we are in a range between $85-50 per share to $60-50 per share, more or less. That's the channel, that's the classification of the price. I mean, we can see the price is not getting out of that range, and therefore this is in long term, this is in short term. If we take a look to the short term, we will see that also, even we can see a dilatation of the price going to $88-90 per share. Still, the chances that the price is still channelized in this range is still super high, and therefore we could expect that the price could retreat to either $72, which is the kind of pivot point of this range, $72-75 per share, or even the bottom of the channel, which is $60.50 per share. That's why I believe right now is not in a very attractive moment for buy. Unless we see a breakout of the $90 and consolidation, we could just wait for any kind of pullback to increase our exposition to this company in our portfolio. But so far, I won't take any new position in the company at the moment until I will see clear this breakout. Otherwise, could be simply just dropping the price to channelize, has been doing the last couple of years. Well, I think that's all. I think it's clear, it's short, and it's clean to get a perspective of what could be the future and the next movements of the price for this company. If you want to get more details, please leave me comments on the bottom of the video. And if you like the content, give me a thumb up just to know that you are there. And I will see you in the next coming videos. Bye bye.